From the misty Pacific coast to the rugged Cascade Mountains and beyond to the high desert in the east, you are listening to the Oregon First Hunting and Fishing Podcast.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Oregon First Hunting and Fishing Podcast. My name is Bryant. I'm joined with my co-host Jericho.
Hi, everybody.
And we're up here on the mountain, Hoodoo ski area at the Northwest Mountain Challenge with the true crew, the leaders of the Northwest Mountain Challenge. I have TJ Hofhines, right?
Correct.
Yeah, TJ Hofhines and Tyler Crockett and Mike Thompson. So each one of these guys play a big role at the Northwest Mountain Challenge, but you also might know Tyler from Pure Elevation Productions and a lot of his videos, and also, aren't you guys into selling equipment and stuff too? Or
well, no, we just had swag shop. You know,
okay.
Typical
Got
store.
it. And then TJ runs Dead On Archery in Idaho, right?
Correct. Yep.
And then we've had Mike on the show before. Mike, welcome back. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having all of us.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And Mike with Thwackit Outdoors and all the other things that you have going on, right?
It's a lot.
Yeah. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Oregon Sports Pack Slam. We're going to talk about the Northwest Mountain Challenge and have a conversation with our guests. But one of the first things I want to ask is, how many of you guys are from Oregon? Mike. And then are you guys, I know you're based in Idaho now, TJ and Tyler, but are you from Idaho?
Yeah, born and raised.
Born and raised in Idaho. Okay, cool.
Me, anyways.
Yeah, I came from Wyoming.
Wyoming?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. I mean, both places that are renowned for their hunting, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you guys sick and tired of non-residents?
I love that they have opportunity in Idaho.
Oh, great.
I just wish they didn't have opportunity where I hunted in Idaho.
I know it's an awkward question to ask, but it sounds like it always comes up when you talk about Idaho,
I mean,
Wyoming, Montana.
Idaho's done a really good job, though, as far as managing the non-residents lately. So I would say definitely kudos to our fishing game. They've really stepped up, and they've definitely made it, a more fair chance and game for the residents. Kind of thing. So they're definitely not wanting to be a trophy state. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So they're not pushing that agenda. So and to limit it to only the 10% really does help for the residents to come in. So,
Yeah. So just to give you guys a point of reference of who you're talking to, Jericho, what's the furthest east you've ever hunted?
Silver Lake.
Can you
mule deer hunting, and that's 100 miles. That's 100 miles southeast of Bend.
Okay. The furthest east I've ever hunted is just a little further than Detroit Lake. Not even quite. Actually, Olalley Butte. That's the furthest, which is close to the Pacific Crest Trail.
So you've never hunted out of the jungle.
Nope. Yeah. I am a West Coast.
You got rosies,
That's
man.
the dirt that's under my fingernails. Yep, exactly.
You got the rosies.
But Jericho, you've spent a little bit more time in Eastern Oregon, but neither of us have gone past the border of,
The furthest I've elk hunted is like Wickiup. So just south of Lapine.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. Let's get into the icebreakers. I want all three of you guys to answer them. You can just go one at a time.
Perfect.
You can go into as much detail or as little detail as you want. I've just got a few of these. Traditional or compound bow? Compound.
Mike's compound. So I do both. So I actually enjoy the traditional more, but I definitely do, compound as far as if I want to go out and actually put meat in the freezer, it's a compound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you like mostly hunt trad and then save the compound for when you're really hurting for meat?
A lot of it. I mean, the biggest thing, obviously, running a shop, I want to make sure I know what the trad guys are, what their, their challenges are, and what they are facing out there. So that way we can, connect and talk the same lingo. So what I really enjoy. But no, the traditional side of things, though, it's really you and the bow.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot more practice, a lot more dedication, and that's just kind of how I am.
Are you shooting like open or no sights and just like a straight stick and string?
Yeah, straight stick and string, yeah. So,
Wow.
yep. Yeah, I have a custom
Nice.
recurve built.
Cool.
But yeah, I enjoy it.
That's
it's
fun.
Yeah.
How about you, Tyler?
Definitely compound bow.
Compound.
A handful of years ago, I ordered a bow from South Cox, and I love shooting that bow.
I remember that. I remember when you did that.
I love shooting that bow, and after one shot, I could shoot it really good. but my first shot, I might miss the target until my brain does the calculations. And I don't think I put in enough time behind the stick and string to feel comfortable with the first shot. And I'm
it's like you're so dialed in on the compound that switching gears is just
like
different.
My brain just wouldn't process where I needed, and it just having to learn all your different points and aiming instinctual like that. It was just a lot. And I always told myself my plan was to hunt with it in September, and I was going to shoot it for like 10 months when I got it.
Yeah.
And my deal was if I couldn't walk out my front door and hit something at 25 yards, I'm not hunting with it. And so I would walk out and I would be like, it'd be like a 3-foot circle I'd hit in. I'm like, that's not good enough. So I kind of put it on the shelf and haven't picked it up since.
No. Just for fun.
Just
every
for fun.
once in a while.
Yeah, I'll go out and shoot because it is so fun to shoot. It's way funner to shoot than a wheel bow.
Yeah.
Way funner to shoot.
Yeah, I can get there and all of a sudden I'll be like, wow, I've been doing this for like 2.5-3 hours and I had no idea. You just get behind the bow and you just, it's just you. But yeah, I mean, effective kill zone for trad guys is like 30 yards. So I mean, don't think you got to go any further than that.
Yeah, if I could not hit a 3-foot medicine ball my first shot stepping out of the door, like I'm not going to go send one at an elk.
Yeah, I mean it's a big responsibility to take a life, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. Next one, fixed blade or expandable for hunting?
I'm a fixed all the way.
Fixed blade. Yeah.
I did use mechanicals on the axis deer hunt. But
why was that?
I just didn't have time to tune in for a fixed blade.
Sure.
What do you mean not time? You tuned in a bow at my house, Mike, and then as we're like getting to go to leave to get on the plane, he goes, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna bring my other bow that's not tuned in yet."
Yeah.
No, remember I had to get whole new arrows, everything for Hawaii. I had my elk set up and we're getting ready to shoot. And TJ's like, "You can't shoot that. You can't shoot that." I was like, he goes, "That bow is 1, too slow, 2, you're too heavy." Like they're gonna like look at your arrow after 20 yards of flight and go, "Oh, I guess I should move now."
Wow, man.
It was way slow, so switched up the bow. But I prefer fixed blades. I've got a huge fear of just that blade not opening. And like TJ said, like, you owe it to the animal to give it the fastest kill possible.
Yeah.
And I also think that a fixed blade is an art in tuning. Mm-hmm. You can just slap on a mechanical and not do anything. It's going to fly like a field point.
Well, for the most part, but there are definitely mechanicals out there that don't fly very well.
Yeah.
So what's your broadhead right now?
QAD.
Yep. Classic. Nice. Tyler, how about you?
Fixed blade for
fixed
sure.
Blade? Yep. Yeah. And what's your broadhead right now?
Well, last year, for forever, I shot. Oh my gosh, what are the single bevel two blade?
Hoodoos.
Nope, not the Hoodoos.
Iron will.
Nope. Oh my gosh.
That's all that I know.
The
No, they're long. They're really long. Oh my gosh.
I see it in my head, but
they're kind of shaped like a starship.
You got like Dirt Nap. You got all those guys too.
I'll think of it here in a second. But I shot those for like 5 years. I love that single bevel two blade. And then the last two bulls I killed, I actually oh my gosh, what are the new guys out of Boise? Those funny
Annihilators.
Annihilators. I the last two bulls I killed, I used Annihilators.
Oh, nice.
Just because they flew. Like kind of.
Are they also a 2-blade?
No, they're a 3-blade.
Oh, okay.
Like kind of a weirder looking head, not your normal looking head. They had some different science theories behind it and stuff, but
they not a cut-on contact type.
It is, yeah.
It is. It's a cut-on contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, straight up. And
chisel head.
The reason I use those, I ended up with some, and I was like running late, and I had got a new bow, and I was like, I don't have time. Whatever freaking, I got everything kind of set up, and whatever head flies best out of this thing, I'm using it because I don't have time.
Oh, yeah.
And I threw that on there, put that on one of my arrows, and it flew like exactly like my field points. That's what I'm using.
All right. So. Sweet. Nice. How about you, TJ? Fixed or mechanical?
Mechanical all the way. I just had to be that guy.
No, there's a lot of diehard mechanical guys. There is.
I mean, I can tell you that the technology mechanicals have come a long ways. right? So they have definitely come a long ways. The reliability of them has come a long ways. The companies have really listened to the consumers and their fears, and really have, kind of tried to put those to bed.
Yeah.
A lot of it's, the older guys, and the old wives' tales of the mechanicals not opening, and stuff like that back in the day. But definitely a little plug for mechanicals. They have come a long way. I do use mechanicals, like when we went to Hawaii. I use mechanicals there. I've been to Africa twice. The second time I did take mechanicals.
Yeah.
And did kind of half and half. But if my choice of broadhead, though, like for elk and like I do my western hunting and stuff, is the Q80 Exodus.
Yeah.
So I still tried and true. They're just solid heads. Nothing really, again, to bash on the expandables because they've come a long ways, but it's just a comfort feature. And I always tell my guys and customers and stuff, I always tell them, like, if you find equipment that works for you and you're happy with the results, stick with it. Like, why change?
Yeah.
So that's kind of always been.
Jericho and I have been using the Q80s the last couple of years, and I mean, I got my first archery buck this year because I've always been a rifle buck hunter until this year, and it dropped it, which is kind of weird for a bow shot, but he was also sick.
That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, I mean, they're good. The thing that I don't know, I liked the ones I had before were sharpenable.
Yeah.
Which was kind of nice than just replacing the blades. Yeah. Like, replacing the blades is obviously going to come out with like a better edge every time, but then you're kind of throwing away like razor blades. But I don't know. I did like the sharpenable of my old broadheads. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of at a crossroads right now.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell customers, like, dude, you just buy 2 or 3 packs. You're going to burn a pack for practice, and you're going to have the other packs for hunting, because even though you can replace the blades, the tip still can get a little knurled.
Yeah,
that's what I found after shooting them for practice. The tips get a little gnarled.
Yeah, have you ever had them last more than a season?
Yeah, the helixes. That's what I shot. The helix, the 2-blade single bevel helixes.
You don't hear about those a lot.
I use. I think for 6-7 years in a row. I mean, that's what I used, and the same blade killed a couple different bulls.
What'd you kill your double bull on?
They were helixes. Both of them were.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I did geeked out on like single bevel, 2-bladers, and I'm like, wow, that sounds cool. I can like chisel a bone in half. That's awesome.
So Tyler, do you get into the right bevel or the left bevel, or do you care?
Well, I did. I paid attention to which way, how I had my veins and everything, and so I kind of did geek out a little bit on it. I don't know.
That's specific.
You really
I did. I don't geek out very much, but when I do, I'm like,
wow,
data.
Nice. Okay, I'll do the last one. And this one, I kind of feel like I already know what the answer is going to be, especially with where everyone's from in here. But if you could pick one state to hunt out of these 3, what would you pick? Oregon, Idaho, or Washington?
Can we add a state?
Nope.
None of the above?
I TJ is Idaho. Yeah.
Yep. Idaho.
Yeah, I would go Idaho.
Idaho
all day.
Idaho. Yeah, I knew that was going to be the
Oregon boy
answer.
says Idaho.
Yeah.
I've been able to hunt in multiple states.
Yeah.
Wyoming, Colorado, Idaho, Oregon. I find that the elk in Oregon just act different. It's weird. And
be all the pot.
We live
Yeah.
we live by a saying, if you can kill a bull in Oregon, you can kill a bull anywhere.
Oh,
and
that makes me feel good about myself.
And so
I do want to kill a Roosevelt. I do want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Colorado, and it was an area like everybody's like, I haven't seen an elk in almost a month. And once I figured out where the elk were at, I called 11 bulls in 3 days. So it just there's other places out there other than Oregon that's just easier, better managed. And the elk act like elk.
Yeah. Well, and you're saying that as someone who has killed a blacktail, technically.
Yeah.
So
I have killed a blacktail.
So I can trust that judgment then. Have you guys done much
he has
coastal
hunted
hunting?
on the west side.
Yep. Have you guys done much west side hunting?
Never hunted over here.
So blacktails or Roosevelts? Never.
Nothing.
Never.
Nope.
Not blacktails here. Blacktails in Alaska.
The Sitka blacktails.
Yeah, never blacktail down here.
Yeah. I've seen stuff about the Sitka blacktails, and they seem like they're totally different than the Columbia as far as behavior. Because at least what I've seen, people are walking around blowing like a whistle or something, making the fawn in distress call.
Yeah.
And Jericho, have you ever known anyone that does that around here?
I've heard of a few people, but
if I had to choose blacktail or Rosie, I would Rosie 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it's hard to beat something that's, 4 times bigger and
the
screaming at you and
yeah,
big old antlers on its head and all that. So yeah, a lot of people just don't like the wet, thick rain.
Yeah,
stuff, Sure. That's just the reality of it.
Good boots. Need good boots.
Yeah. So quick announcement here. We are doing something as a podcast called the Oregon Sports Pack Slam. And this has sort of been an unofficial thing that people try to achieve when you buy the sports pack in Oregon. When you get your tags, it comes with 5 big game tags if you count turkey, because they manage it as a big game animal. So you get your cougar, your bear, black bear obviously, elk, deer, and turkey. And so what we want to do is, just for fun, provide an opportunity to recognize people who fill all 5 of those tags and create like a new challenge for people to try to achieve. And so what you can do, you can either go to our socials or go to our Linktree, or just find us anywhere you can. And we have a sign up sheet there for an application. And even though it's just for fun, we're going to take it a little serious. So we're going to do a little investigation. We're going to ask you to send in some photographic evidence and a couple of witnesses we can contact just to make sure this is legit. But we want to send you a shirt, put your name on a plaque, and just sort of recognize the epic feat of filling all 5 of those tags.
That's actually pretty cool. I never heard anybody doing like our sportsman's package.
We can step it up a little bit too, since you're going through those levels. So
sure.
So as far as like Dead on Archery, I can't really speak on behalf of Northwest, but as far as Dead on Archery, if anyone that wants to put in, I'll throw $500 at it.
Oh man!
Wow! There you go. You heard it, guys.
That's very generous of you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, TJ. Wow. So upping the ante.
Cool. Yeah. Let's do it.
Not something I ever imagined we would be able to do.
So reminder, that is in 1 year killing all 5 animals.
Yes, that's not spread out over the years. And for this time starting out, we don't know how many people even do that. There's got to be some freaks of nature out there who have got it dialed. The hardest one's definitely the mountain lion.
Yeah.
And the bear can be tough unless you're in Southwest Oregon. Then there's bears coming out their ears down there. But so yeah, wow, TJ, thank you for adding that in there. Cool. So
we're gonna make it official. Let's make it official. Let's put some money on the table.
Yeah. Okay.
And really get those guys coming out, going, all right, then maybe this is worth it. So I'd love to see it for sure. So yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we'll hunt hard. Try to make it happen.
Well, and it also puts a little more pressure on those guys, and I'm going to focus on predators.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, most of the hunters, they go deer, elk, antelope.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that for most of my hunting. Yeah.
But honestly, like as soon as they're done killing their freezer meat, they're done. They don't go after the bears unless they see one. They don't go after the cougars. They don't go after the coyotes. Only if they see them.
Yeah.
It's very select few that actually go after a predator. So
most of the time, guys are killing cougars if they like call them in, and they're like, "Oh, I called in a cougar. I'm going to shoot it."
Yeah, or they're incidentally. I mean, that's I think one of the reasons they included the cougar in the sports pack, not only because it's supposed to be every it comes with like all your fishing stuff and all that too, but also because most of the time people kill a cougar, it's during deer season when they're looking for deer,
Has Oregon they've never had that? Is that a new thing? The sports pack?
The sports pack's been around for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they're behind the times because we've been doing that for
And it actually is very worth it as far as if you're going to hunt everything on the price of your time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I've done the math.
I've
done the math, and it's worth it. So anyway, Sports Pack Slam. You can find more information for that on our social medias and sign up for the application. And if you have a family member or a friend who's bashful and doesn't want to apply himself, you can apply for him. If you know someone this year who's on track or even after the season's over and we'll see how many people came in with the Sports Pack Slam, but hopefully not too many, right, TJ?
No, let's do it. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's see who's gonna do it for sure.
Yeah.
Put it up.
Awesome. I love it.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so it is Northwest Mountain Challenge season. You guys, is this like your whole summer? All that you think, breathe, and do?
Well, that's probably like all over the board a little bit. TJ and Hillary and Mike. I mean, I got kids that we competitive rodeo, so
really?
I show up like a week before and try to hammer some stuff out. That's when my kids got that age. We had to kind of split responsibility a little bit, and
'cause that takes up your life.
Yeah, forever. Like I did a lot of the stuff, and then like as soon as I started, I can't do it, or I wouldn't get something done as good as I should have.
Sure.
TJ'd pick up pieces, or Hillary would. So, and I think they recognize that I'm like, hey, I'm doing this right now. I got to do this. So TJ picked up a lot of those kind of floating balls, and Hillary did, and then they brought Mike on, which Mike picked up a lot of the slack that maybe I was producing. But it so worked out this year that I get to come to all three, and I kind of get hammered down on stuff again, because I miss it. I miss the heck out of it. I think I've missed two shoots or 3 shoots, but it's all the other stuff through the year that goes on.
Yeah.
That these guys are picking up stuff that are huge.
Yeah, I was talking to Mike last week before the show just about the craziness too, and you said you got like 8 phone calls in a matter of just an hour or something while you were showing your house, and lots of juggling, right?
Yep. There's just a lot of especially this time of the year, we got vendors and sponsors, and then we got all the workers and stuff that help us get these courses built, and I don't know, you and I sometimes we're on the phone 6, 7, 8 times during the day. Hey, we need to get this done. We need to do this. What do you think about this?
Yeah. And I mean, this is my first Northwest Mountain Challenge, so I don't even really know what to expect, but it sounds like your guys' numbers of attendance are increasing. And I mean, how many people are you guys expecting this weekend?
Numbers guy?
Yeah. I mean, right now we're sitting. I was actually going to look before I came in, but pre-registration, I think we're a little bit over 800 as far as pre-reg.
Wow. Man.
And then we get on the mountain and stuff like that. So we'll comfortably have anywhere between 12 and 1,400 shooters.
Oh man!
And then plus your the plus ones and families
walking
and the non-shooters and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean it's going to be a crawling mountain. I mean we could hit that 1,700 mark or so, but
and that's just crazy.
Yeah,
it's like the bow hunters rendezvous.
It really is. I mean, Hoodoo's been really good for us. It's a good corridor, and the price is right for the shooters. We had a little scare this year, and it was I had to call the owner and Hoodoo, and I'm like, look, man, we got have to have this conversation. Like, we have something great going on right now. Like, do you want to end that, or should we just increase the level of shooters coming? And so luckily he saw the vision and understood, so he was able to kind of scale back on the pricing of lift passes and make it more affordable kind of thing. And then it kind of set that precedence, and then so now we're able to have those conversations. I started already with Tamarack. That's kind of my duties, right, is to deal with the mountains and deal with the operations. And, so hopefully next year we're in conversation as well to kind of lower the cost of the shooters.
Was it hard to convince some of these mountains to even host this event at all? Because, I mean...
No, that's kind of funny. I mean... not really.
No, it wasn't.
Wow.
Like Hoodoo from day one when we came here. In fact, we kind of got punched in the face here because we didn't expect it to be like it was.
Dude, it was bad.
Oh, really?
But yeah, there was just
like your first time at Hoodoo. It was just like
it wasn't
boom.
the second. It was the second year. The second or third year. We didn't know.
And what year was that?
It'd be 16 or 17.
Yeah, 16 or 17. We found the mountain. I reached out, found the mountain, talked to the people. They're like, yeah, we can do that. That sounds good. Come on over. And we did it. We kind of out of the gate. We had a decent one. We're like, hey, I think this has got potential, And then like the next year or the year after, we kind of didn't know the monster we created. And it was pretty much TJ, Hillary, and Ty helped us that year, right?
No, that wasn't Ty that year.
Oh, I feel horrible. I can't remember who it was, but
I'll think of it in a second.
They're shaking their fists somewhere right now.
I know.
It was absolutely crazy because we were expecting like you know, oh yeah, it's going to increase maybe, you know, 10% or something. And we showed up here and we had like, what, 1,500 or something.
Our biggest year, yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah, it was over 2,000.
Yeah. By the time like tickets sold 2,000, it was insane. TJ and Hillary, and we had like 2 people helping.
Yeah.
We were like skeleton crew, and we we're just like looking at the parking lot, like
what do you do?
Yeah.
Was that before the days of like pre-registration and stuff like that?
Yes.
So people are showing up and paying here, and you're just swamped.
Yeah, I mean, it really made us look bad for one because you know the reason why we do flighting is because of Hoodoo.
Yeah.
We learn from that, and we flight every shooter, fun or non or fun or competition, but. I mean, there was a lot of shooters bailing off the course. I mean, they had like an hour wait between targets. I mean, it was just just very unorganized chaos, and we said we can't let that happen again.
And we had no idea. I mean,
we had no idea.
Like
It just caught us off guard.
So it just kind of blew up. Like suddenly everyone wants to be here. And is Hoodoo, has it been your biggest one?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Man,
year after year is the biggest one.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, man.
Location.
I think the corridor is great.
Close, kind of just everybody can come in.
You got people from California coming up, and
we have people from all over the world. Really, I mean, we have people from Europe, we have people from Australia.
From Europe.
So I mean,
they have bows out there.
Yeah. So I mean, it's. I mean, we enjoy doing it. Obviously, we enjoy putting it on. But yeah, and for those that don't know who Hillary is my wife.
Okay.
But we also brought her in as a partner because me and Tyler realized real quick that she was doing a lot of the load. Yeah. And I mean,
we're
right
not
now,
secretary types.
Yeah. So emails right now, she's getting about 50 to 60 right now. And
I do not doubt it.
She's doing emails right now as we speak.
She's the only one.
She's the only one on emails.
Oh, man.
So if you need a change or something going on, she's behind it. So I mean, we all have the roles, and Mike came on and big for us for social media because we suck at social media. So Mike has really turned that on for us. So a big thanks to Mike for sure.
Yeah.
On that, but
I mean, and like my brain kind of thinks in, program and numbers. So I don't want to, I'm sure anyone listening isn't as interested in that as I am, but what was your guys' primary reason to kind of shift gears there for starting this whole thing?
It's a pretty good, I mean, it's a cool backstory how it flowed. Like the whole shoots, everything.
Yeah, like the whole Northwest Mountain Challenge. And
so TJ and Steve Speck and myself, and I'd had a conversation with Steve, and TJ had a conversation with Steve. And I'm like, hey, I told Steve, hey, let's do a bow shoot. And TJ and Steve are having a conversation. Hey, let's do a bow shoot. So I was like, well, hey, I'll do one at Tamarack. You guys rock one at Bogus, and we can maybe turn this into something cool. And they're like, yeah, let's go. Right next door to each other.
Yeah.
And these guys, and I couldn't get onto Tamarack because it's under bankruptcy, and it was like, they're like, nope, we're not doing any events.
Oh, okay.
These guys jumped on it. They're like, let's go. And Steve and TJ, they got into Bogus, and they made it happen, right?
And put on like this landmark mountain 3D shoot.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we called it the Bogus Challenge. So like I said, Steve Speck was the partner, at that time, and definitely missed working with that guy. He's a good dude. We jumped on with Bogus, called it the Bogus Challenge, and the kind of the backstory to all that is I was wanting to put on an event at Bogus, and somehow someone heard through the grapevine that I was wanting to do it, and then someone was like, oh, you need to talk to Steve because he wants to do it. So I contacted Steve when we were at ATA in Indianapolis, and I'm like, hey, I guess we kind of have the same idea. Do you want to talk over dinner? So we literally, like it always happens, right? Talk over dinner, write it down on a napkin, and boom, here you go. So we're off running. So he had a little bit different ideas with it. He kind of wanted to make it more like a bro shoot, like more like hang out, like let's invite our friends and do this and that. And then I'm like, dude, you have no idea how much work this is.
Oh, sure, yeah.
We need to have open it up to the public and stuff. So he agreed with that. And so it was the very first year. It was an eye opener for sure. I came from work. I was on the board for ISB, Idaho State Bow Hunters.
Okay.
So I helped put on like state shoots, right?
Yeah.
So I had some experience, but when we went on, we didn't have a board, we didn't have volunteers, and so me and Steve were like, hey, let's like invest in some targets, let's get some stuff going. And the very first year, Steve, like, after we were done, Steve's like, I'm done. Like, that was stupid. Like, I mean, literally, like, we went into exile for like 2 weeks. Like, it was do not come out, do not talk. Like, it took us, we set these courses up in like 3 days now. It took us 2.5 weeks.
Oh,
Because it's just you and him.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had, I think, like 3 courses or so, something like that, 2 or 3. But yeah, and I was like, hey, man, like, I just want to keep it going. And then, all right, I'll do it again. And then, hey, I want to keep it going. And then finally he's like, dude, my packs are crazy going on right now. And then he's just like, Tyler's got the hookup for another mountain. We were losing Bogus Basin because St. Luke's came in for a children's organization.
Just stole the dates from you.
The mountain, like you can get on the mountain.
Yeah,
anymore, right?
and then we're like, man, these things cost a lot of money to put on. And then so Tyler's like, or not Tyler, but Steve's like, hey, Tyler comes from the rodeo background. He understands about getting like support that way and partnership and sponsorship. And so I think he'd be a huge asset. So obviously all I know about Tyler was from the videos. And so I was like, all right, well, I guess we'll see what happens. And then,
you just reached out to him out of the blue?
Tyler had the connection, or Tyler and Steve had the connection.
Yeah, Steve and I were talking, and he's like, dude, Exo's blowing up. He goes, I don't have time. He goes, I kind of think I'm done.
Yeah.
He's like, why don't you and TJ just run with it? And I'm like,
he did not want to do the Triple Crown.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he was like, he's like, I don't want to do it at all. I'll help at Tamarack.
Yeah.
TJ, though, he's down for the crazy idea. He's like,
yeah. I was like, I'm one of those, like, I start something, I want to finish it, so I didn't want to give up. So it was more of those hard-headed things, but it's turned out to be really good.
I think secretly, because I told him, I was like, I'm going shopping for mountains. We're going to find some. And I think secretly he was hoping I would flop and not get mountains.
Keep it easier.
Tyler killed it for sure.
That's good.
So.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's kind of like the history of it for sure. But yeah, I mean, Tyler came in, dude, freaking killed it with the sponsors, killed it with bringing people in, and just, I was like, wow, this is a whole nother world. Like, okay, now we're like, we could actually maybe not lose $50,000.
Yeah, exactly. What's cool, this shoot, as you're hearing like the evolution of it.
Yeah.
Well, like every few years it kind of evolves, and I feel like right now we're at a precipice of, like, with Mike coming on and like filling some roles that
none of us
wanted to do. I think it's like right there where we're at a tipping point where, like, we could go next level with it. And
yeah, we're definitely seeing that momentum. I mean, me and Mike, like he said, we talk a lot. But yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of shift for sure. Like, in the social media side. How are you measuring
momentum? Is it attenders? Is it sponsors? Is it just like what's the momentum?
There's so many we can geek out on that all day, but a lot of it's like, views, social media, page likes, how many people are coming in, what we're seeing out there, other people are posting, because we do see pretty much everything that people tags us in, tag us in.
Yeah. No, Mike's really good about sharing that stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. So the analytics of that are just phenomenal. But yeah, and then obviously the shoots, right? Me and Mike, we did travel a lot this year. So we did, 6 shows, 7 shows? I don't even know.
We did a bunch, and then we had Sarah and Ken at 3.
Correct.
So by the time we were done, we had basically covered Northern California, Washington, Idaho.
Wow.
And we're already discussing where we're going next year. So
yeah, put boots to the ground. So yeah.
Is there like talk of adding another mountain? Is that what you're saying?
Couple.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we went shopping again, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, we went shopping again. Yeah, it was a road trip living out of a van. But
and something else, like, along with like Mike coming in and doing so much, like, we've got a crew that we put together that I think Mike has helped put together. Like, he's found these guys, and it is like, it's like a dream team for us. Everybody is like hard A workers. And like, no complaining, like, let's just go get it done, and fun at the same time. Like, it's hard for me to do stuff if there's not a little bit of fun. And this whole crew from Hillary to TJ to Mike to Ken to, like, all the guys that everybody's kind of getting to know. It's just a super fun. It's fun to do work with them.
Yeah. Well, that's bringing
Kevin and Ken on as workers with the shoe has been huge, because we know that they know what they're doing. And we don't have to sit there and be like, oh, we got to watch you. No, it's like, hey, Onyx, he's done. See ya. And they're gone.
And the cool thing about Ken, like when TJ and I are like, let's do this. I didn't know Hillary a lot. I don't think Hillary probably helped a lot with you and Steve shoot, but like with TJ, there's a +1, and it was like one of the most important ones.
Oh yeah.
Well,
exactly.
With Ken, we get a +1 in his wife Sarah, and she is like another Hillary, and it's like, holy crap, Hillary's not by herself, like doing all this. She's got help, and it's like the +1s have been amazing.
And if you've noticed, if you've been to our shoots before, Tyler used to be in registration. Yeah. You will no longer see him in registration. He's been removed of that duty.
When Hillary said, "Hey, I'll help you," I'm like, "Sweet," and then she helped, and I was like, "Oh man, you're really good at this."
We brought your wife in too for a bit.
Yeah, my wife helped it. My kids, like, and your kids, like, it's just been a family thing, and then all of a sudden, life gets busy with kids here and there. But from the get-go, it's like little TJ's kids grew up at these shoots. Like, I don't think they've ever missed a year.
Right.
I'm trying to find your why of like, why did this thing even start happening? But it sounds like it's just providing something for one, but also it's you guys just like doing it.
So to be honest with you, you never get rich in this sport. So it's definitely not for the money. We just love it. I mean, all of us do. Yeah. And you talk about like Ken and Kevin and even Mike. I mean, for me, from a standpoint like a business side of things, like seeing the overall commitment from them, like Mike went and bought a whole truck just to help for the shoot. Mike's gonna go get a CDL just to help for the shoot. Oh, Kevin man. And Ken just bought 4-wheelers, and Kevin just bought a trailer for the shoot. Like there's investment that's even more on top of it than just actually physical labor.
Which is the part that's hard to wrap my mind around, is that it's not just something you're doing for fun. It is for fun in a sense, but like so much is going into it. It's just amazing everything that you guys pour into it. Self-sacrifice and everything.
Well, you also got to remember, like, we're providing something that you can't just go out and find.
Yeah.
The shooters want these types of events because 95% of our targets are real world scenarios.
Right. Yeah.
And so how many times, like we discussed this on the last podcast, where, you got a bull coming in, you're like, man, I gotta like look for that limb. I gotta look. I gotta feel the thermals. Like, you gotta feel all this stuff for your arrow flight, and there's a lot to it. Where are you gonna practice it? Like, honestly, where do you practice it? And that's why we have these events.
Yeah,
is because these guys, they get up here and they start practicing, and they start seeing where their weaknesses are, and they realize where they have to adjust. And next thing you notice is their buddies are there the next year, and their buddies come the next year. And before you know it, like post-COVID, our first year back was 600 shooters here, and now look where we're at.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was the whole weekend. I mean, now we're exploding, and I just talked to guys that, I've met in Central Oregon, tell them about the shoot. They're here, and they were there. Last year was their first year here. Now they're like, oh yeah, we brought like 6 of our buddies here. And they're all saying the same thing. Like, where are we going to practice this at? Yeah. And we've developed a crew that understands all this, and they build these courses for that. Yeah, we've got long bombs. We got some stuff that's like, fun you're shots, never going to take that, but it's just fun.
Right.
I think that's what I'm seeing. I think that's a big value of this, or like probably on a personal level, like the biggest value is that you're right. Where else can you possibly, except for spending like a whole Saturday waking up early to drive up to the woods and drag your target around and stick it in random spots, compared to like, this is just an awesome course set up on the mountain with lifts, and there's a competitive side to it too that you guys haven't really mentioned. I mean, there was the competition a part of it from the very beginning, or
Yep. Yeah, it's been a part of it from the very beginning. Yeah, it's kind of like my side of things for sure. I came from being a pro shooter. I was a pro shooter for 4 years, so I was able to kind of bring that. I was a competition director for ISB, so again, that's just kind of like my side of things, and so it's like it just adds that other element.
Yeah,
right? And it's funny, like You know, we can definitely talk about tack, right? Like I know Sean, you know, pretty well, and we talk, and it's funny, we both started around the same time in 2012. You know, we focus more on the real life situations where, you know, not to bad talk Sean, but they do kind of have preset targets, and they go down a run and they put them out where we're always changing it up every year. Like these targets are all in different spots this year, right? And a lot of you that have shot our shoots, you notice that you're like, man, I feel bad for the sucker that had to carry this thing down here. Right? So, you know, we're doing a lot of that, but yeah, but no, I mean, and going back to the competition thing, but no, Sean was just like, man, I don't know how you can do it with the competition. And like have people be interested in it. And I was like, dude, I don't know how you can do it just by fun and have people be interested. Yeah. So it's just one of those that's like, well, let's do fun and comp kind of thing. And that's kind of what it, you know, led to kind of keeping with that. It's just that's what kind of helps separates us too, because obviously TAC's done a very good job of getting their name out and getting the awareness out. We have not done that good of a job. Yeah. So, you know, for us to be a little bit, you know, is playing basically second man as far as, you know, overall performance out there. Sure. You know, because TAC definitely has that more commercialized feel view, and ours is more family friendly. Yeah. You know,
I could sense that.
And kind of, just
from the marketing.
Yeah, the marketing side for sure. And we really focus on the family friendly thing. And there's definitely a place for the TAC. There's definitely a place for us, and that's why we're both succeeding. That's why we're both successful.
Yeah. And Mike was explaining that you guys are kind of regionally separated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That's another factor.
Yeah. Different. I mean, that's a conversation that we've had with Sean. Is like, hey, you basically like he came to Utah, and like he wasn't really, and I can't really speak for Sean, but I would assume he wasn't really kind of feeling Montana, and then until we dropped out of Montana. We used to have a shoot in Helena, and then we dropped out, and then he kind of moved into Bozeman. So. I don't know if that's kind of how it all played out. Sure. I didn't really pick his brain about that. But other than that, yeah, he's not coming in.
You're going to get a different culture.
We're the Northwest.
Yeah. You're going to get a different culture of hunters, too. Yeah. And that might be part of the reason why different things work at TAC versus Northwest Mountain Challenge. Sure. Is, you know, if the elk are different out here, the people sure are different, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
So, you know, that's also a factor.
One other thing I got to drop in just on the shooters, like you asked the why. TJ and I have been doing this long enough. Like we've seen kids grow up at this shoot.
Oh my God.
Like literally kids shooting the kids course, and now they're like grown men showing up and shooting. And it's super fun. Like seeing these little, just like,
we have kids that have kids.
Yes, it is super cool. Like little tiny kids in the bow hunter, you know, the little bow dude class. And now they're like,
that's
cool. 21 years old and like, hey, this is my wife. I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember. So the relationship we build with the shooters is super cool. Like Hillary and Sarah both, like I swear 50% of the people that walk in there, they jump the table and give them a hug, like, hey, it's so good to see you again.
It's a reunion.
Yeah, it is awesome that way.
Man, that's cool. Is it the same dates every year?
No.
Okay. It's just based, because it's going to be based off the weekend, right?
It's really based on the mountains. So when I have the conversations with the mountains, I mean, that's a good kind of topic to get into, because a lot of shooters are like, why don't you give me the
sorry,
same,
I keep
blah,
asking
blah,
those kind of questions.
No, these mountains all have other events that happen other than the Northwest Mountain Challenge. So we have to work around that schedule and find the best dates at work. And obviously, like, we deal with snow loads, where some of the other events don't. And so we can kind of work around some stuff. So. For the most part, though, when we do get done with the mountain, we do kind of have a hits and miss meeting with, you know, the either mountain manager or owners or whatever, and we usually say, this time next year, cool. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you know, 4 or 5 months later, hey, by the way, can we move you a week? You know, and we kind of are at like the beck and call the mountain. For the most part, obviously, we want to keep it the same. For the shooters, it makes sense. You know, a lot of times, this is families' vacations, right? Like, they plan their work around it. So we understand that. So we really try to get stuff nailed down as early as we can. Yeah. But it definitely is. It's an ever moving target. Yeah. It really is. So and because we're on their property. Like, we're utilizing their, you know, we're lucky to be here. So at that point, it's kind of like, hey, you know, we can't really tell them, hey, we are going to be here at that weekend, and you better live with it. It's
not how that works. Not until you hit 3,000 attendees, then.
No, I mean, Tyler can touch on that. Like, as far as the overall attendance, like, I mean, for our event for these mountains, Like we're the biggest.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like every mountain, every year, every mountain, they'll tell us that the general manager or whatever, they'll tell us like, we broke food and beverage records this week. Like we've never had a week this big. We've never had a weekend this huge. Like everywhere we go, we're breaking summertime records for them. And some mountains that were like, that didn't have any summer operations like this, and Tamarack for a while, they didn't have summer operations. So like, we really poured into them and even brought awareness to their mountain that helps them later down the road for ski season.
Yeah. I mean, for me, living in Salem, it's in my backyard. Yeah. I come up here, I mean, lift tickets aren't as cheap as they used to be, so I can usually squeak out one time a year. So even seeing the mountain thawed out is just weird because
it'd be like me coming and seeing it under snow.
Dude,
yeah, exactly.
what was that? Like 6 years ago, 7 years ago? It was Snowmageddon. Like we call it Snowmageddon when we, like Boise had 4 or 5 foot of snow, right?
Yeah.
Whatever year that was. We set dates, and then all of a sudden Snowmageddon came, and we showed up here with two snowmobiles, a track side by side, and a toboggan to pull behind snowmobiles to set every course up here.
Wow.
We were walking on 4 foot of snow the entire mountain.
Really?
Yeah, burn off, the cinders in the back was a little bit burn off, but everything else was full on. And so like day number 2, the sun came out and we set our courses. They were beautiful. We were on snow.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden we're like, start getting phone calls from shooters like, there's not a target here. We're like, yes, there is. We set it ourselves. Well, all the snow melted, so all the bushes went whoop, and completely covered targets, covered flagging. And so we were running all over the place trying to move targets so people could see them.
Yeah.
It was
targets just thawing and falling, right?
Oh, yeah, they thaw and just fall over. Yeah. Because it was 4 foot deep and we didn't have 6 foot rebar.
Yep.
Dirt.
So you're just in the snow.
It was a pretty crazy year that year.
Were you there that year, Mike?
Nope. I was in the military that year.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Jericho, you had a question about the targets.
How often do you have to replace targets?
Every year.
Every year?
Pretty much every year, every other year on the big ones, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy because that many people are missing the insert.
Well, initially it starts with the insert, but then you start noticing like up behind the shoulder and the low kill zone, like it starts getting blown out. So we glue it, we put it back together, we try and get a whole nother year out of it, but after that, like, it's done. It's toast.
Yeah.
And TJ from the get-go always wanted to provide, like, he always wanted to provide good targets.
Yeah.
He never wanted to be, and I agreed that we never wanted to be like old beat up, trashy stuff. You can't see a line ever. And we try to get our use out of them, but we don't, we don't keep until they're like falling apart in your hands and you can't see anything.
I mean,
I become an auctioneer.
We went and spent that whole day in the spring pulling targets out and like, nope, get rid of the insert. And start pulling, and anything we didn't have an insert for, we ordered. And then at Tamarack, we're stuffing inserts in there.
Yeah, we ordered inserts and targets,
Yeah, man.
But no, and a huge shout out to James with Reinhardt.
For sure.
So the owner of Reinhardt, he's definitely stepped up big for us. He's helped out a lot. I've got a very personal, good relationship with him over the years, and so he's got kids about the same age as my kids. And they're into dinosaur stuff. My kids are into dinosaur stuff. So yeah, we always keep talking about we're going to travel together and go see some dinosaur stuff. But
sweet.
But no, So he's definitely. I mean, he's not giving us to him for free. But he definitely helps out for sure. And he sees the value, in our shoot. And there's feedback that we give each other for sure.
Yeah. How old are your kids?
I have 16 all the way down to 5.
Wow. Okay. How many kids do you have?
4.
4
girls.
Okay.
Yeah, all girls, all ladies.
I grew up in a family of 5 kids.
Okay.
So you're almost there.
Yeah, we're done.
I'm 15.
We're done.
Yeah, you're done. I'm 15 years older than my youngest sibling.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So pretty good spread.
I mean, we talk about kids, like Tyler's kids, like they grew up helping.
Yeah.
And doing stuff, and now it's like Cassidy drove the trailer over here to Hoodoo and dropped it, and Cassidy's got a CDL, and it's just like, holy cow, like I remember when that kid was like, hey, I want to go sell a bunch of mosquito spray and I have this business idea, and then she donated the money? What did she do?
Yeah, so
how did that work? How old was she when she did that?
She was, I think she was 9 or 10.
9. And how old is she now?
She's 19.
Yeah, so 10 years ago.
She decided, like, first of all, her and I ran the office. Like, literally my 10-year-old and I ran the office before Hillary is like,
that's awesome.
I'm here. I'm gonna save your life or somebody else's life. And so Cassidy, she's like, hey, can I have some sort of booth? I'm like, sure, get a booth. So she went to Costco and she bought like a bunch of pens, like the bug spray pens, for like whatever, $1.20 piece, and then she sold. The mosquitoes were super bad that year, and then she sold them for like $4 a piece or something. She doubled it, and she sold out.
Sweet.
Well, then she took that money, and we used to have we would, well, we still do, I guess. We raffle a bow off, right?
Sure.
And so she took all that money and put it in that raffle to buy. And I think that our nonprofit was
Outfitters for Hope.
Outfitters for Hope, I think. Yep. Yeah. And so she put all that money in there because she thought that was really cool. She's like, I gave my money to them. I'm probably not going to win a bow, but it's a good thing. So yeah, she gave them all their money.
Yeah.
Well, then she wins like a Hoyt of her choice. And so I was like, oh, cool. What bow are you getting? She's like, I want the most expensive one, Dad. And I'm like, well, that's kind of selfish. I was like, you can't even shoot the most expensive one for like a lot of years. And so she got it and she won it. And then she sold that bow and then bought a bow for all her siblings.
Oh,
like
wow.
A kid's bow. So
yeah. She maximized her money.
She did.
And she gave it to a good cause at the cost of someone else. Good for her.
Yeah. It was
wow.
Really cool.
She's knows what to do there.
Yeah, she's funny like that.
Yeah, that's great. You guys said you still do a raffle. Are you doing a raffle still?
Oh boy, yeah, we got raffles coming out our wazoo now. Yeah, Hoyt Bow of the Choice still. Hoyt is, our title sponsor. Hence the Hoyt Northwest Mountain Challenge.
Yeah.
So the Hoyt Bow of their choice, and then they donate also a kids bow. So the kids all, when they come off we take their scorecards and we fan them out and have one of the kids pull them, and then that's the winner of the kids bow. So really cool there. But the biggest thing this year that we're doing is we have a Africa hunt for two.
Wow.
That was donated to us by Stompy's Land Safaris in South Africa.
Man.
So just by registering, you get in to win that. And then on top of that, me and Mike went over, and Ken went to Hawaii, and we worked with an outfit out there that's wanting to bring in archery. So on Molokai, and got to know the great people over there. And so now we have a hunt per mountain that we are raffling off.
Oh man, that's one of my dream hunts. That is up there.
So that's cool. We have that raffle for that. So which is really fun. We drew the first winner at Tamarack, and dude, I couldn't be happier.
Oh yeah.
And when I say I can't be happier, the owners of the ranch in Molokai, they're very, a lot of Hawaiians are. They're very family oriented. They're very close.
Sure.
Family, or together. So they're very private people. So they're nervous on like getting some crazy person down there that's just going to come wound a bunch of animals and not really care and stuff. And man, the guy that won it, he was it was the best thing ever. So
he's just so grateful.
Dude, he's just so grateful and just extremely ecstatic. And so hopefully things happen for a reason. They're like, "Whoa, how's that going to work?" They're asking us, "How's that going to work with a raffle? You can't really control who wins."
Oh yeah,
And we're like, "Yeah, we don't." But we're religious people as well, so we put faith in God.
Right?
He's gonna provide the right person, and boy, and they sure did for Tamarack. So very happy with him. We're excited to go hunting with him. We're gonna go over. Me and Mike will be the guides. If Ken comes, he'll be the guide as well. Tyler might be joining us over there. So
cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a party. But we're gonna go multiple times. So bummer, we got to go to Hawaii multiple times.
Oh no, what on earth are we gonna do?
But what other archery 3D shoot, man, you can go to and have a chance to win a hunt. So and two hunts at that as well. So
is the one raffle, is it benefiting another nonprofit?
Yeah. It's mule deer, right?
So the raffle.
Their raffle is.
Yeah, so we do have a non-for-profit. So to answer your question, the Axis hunt actually is going back to Northwest Mountain Challenge because we're funding the hunt.
Yeah.
So we're doing that to take the hunters, but we do have non-for-profit, which is the Mule Deer Foundation.
Okay.
And so all the raffle items that are out on display and you're buying raffle tickets for that, all of that, 100% of the proceeds go to the Mule Deer Foundation. And then also here at Hoodoo, they're doing the novelty, so all the money brought in through novelty also goes to Mule Deer Foundation as well.
Wow, cool.
So, yeah.
Hoodoo is?
So here at Hoodoo.
Oh, here at Hoodoo.
Yeah, here at Hoodoo.
Hoodoo doesn't have a part of it. Okay.
Hoodoo doesn't have a part of it.
I had my mind blown for a second there.
Yeah. No, great guys. It's turned out to be very, very awesome, very good people to work with the Mule Deer Foundation.
Yeah.
And they're very passionate about what they do. We all love hunting mule deer.
Sure.
And they also started a blacktail initiative as well. And they're a co-sponsor of ours and partnership. And more of we support them more than anything for sure.
Yeah.
So we raise a bunch of money for the Mule Deer Foundation, and look forward to see what they can do with it.
For sure. One thing like you guys have mentioned, and Mike's been telling me how you guys are riding this wave right now. And I mean, I feel like this is a perfect time you guys are hitting too, because of the post 2020, like outdoorsman surge of all these new people getting into it, but also a lot of people getting into bow hunting. Like even, in my friend group, not intentionally. I'm not trying to recruit everyone to start bow hunting, but like all my friends now are wanting to buy bows and starting. I mean, Jericho started taking me bow hunting years and years ago, but I didn't have my own tag until just a few years ago. I was just going. Jericho's nice enough to let me try to.
What was it? The first time out we got into some elk?
One of the first times we had a chuckler messing with us with his herd, but so yeah. In your guys' eyes, and probably TJ, you'll have a lot of insight into this. Has it kind of stabilized since 2020, or is it still like bow hunting is just on the rise? Do you sell a lot of bows to new bow hunters?
We definitely do. I mean, we definitely through the shop. There's definitely a lot of new bow hunters that come in. I can say through COVID for us, we had a lot more sales. Yeah. I mean, people had a lot more time on their hands, so they're like, "Hey, I'm going to pick up archery." So, just like you saw in the RV industry, in the ATV industry, truck industry, everything went crazy, right? Everyone was going out and had a lot of time. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a stabilized, I would think, as far as the market is concerned. But as far as like the momentum that we have for the shoot, that's a different animal.
Sure. Yeah.
We did have to resurrect it. It was. I mean, we couldn't come to Oregon or Washington for 2 years. So, there was a resurrecting of.
There's your Pacific Northwest challenge.
Yeah. We are the Idaho challenge.
Yeah.
And Idaho was gracious enough to let us keep going. I mean, it was a lot of like digging down deep and, going back. It's like we had that wave and then it crashed, right?
Yeah.
So we had to kind of rebuild it and rebuild the partnerships and kind of get involved with that. So it was a lot of work. Like Tyler said, I mean, this is a year-round deal for me and my wife. It really is.
Yeah.
And even Mike a little bit as far as on the social media side of things. So we're in communication, but and eventually, as my kids get older, I'm going to probably be in the same shoes as Tyler. So
yeah.
And my kids will maybe be gone, and I'll have to fill in a few things. And,
I mean, that's the partnership,
yeah,
right?
we've done that a lot. Like, TJ's had to peel out, and I'm like, hey, we got you. And there's been times I didn't come. Hey, we got you. And that's a good thing about having a handful of a core group of people that like, hey, we can get this done if you're not here. We don't like it if you're not here, but we can get it done and
for sure.
go do what you need to do.
Yeah. So really one last question about the Northwest Mountain Challenge for you guys is, and you already kind of gave some hints, but where do you go from here?
Go up.
To the top.
To the top.
To the top.
Keep climbing.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely conversations internally between all of us. And what kind of
stuff that you don't want to publicly
we can't really say much right now because it's just so new. I mean, honestly, we just don't have anything really on the books. We really want to, and we're working on that. I mean, I was between emails today, trying to get things figured out. Tyler's gonna go on the way. He's gonna do some checkity check and shake some hands on the way to Stevens Pass. So but the biggest thing is we just need the shooters to keep showing up.
Yeah.
And that allows us to keep going and keep growing. That keeps us motivated because at the end of the day, to share some financials because I'm a financial guy, but last year at Tamarack, because of all the expenses we covered and stuff, we literally, we only netted $1,200.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So a lot of work to get done to net $1,200. So it's, not all the shoots are like that, but it's something where we definitely we need the shooters, we need the support. And, with that, we're able to do cooler things. We're able to bring on more hunts. We're able to, get some other bigger items coming and working with. So it's always a progress, but we're super, like you said, we are on a wave right now. The momentum is with us and just continuing to keep that going. We had conversations last night about some new things that we could generate inside the shoot. We did Onyx this year, right? Onyx is a big partner. I got a connection with from Jesse, who's a rep of mine through the shop for Hoyt, and he knows one of the owners really well, and so he connected me with them, and we've been using Onyx now for the past couple of years to do the QR codes for the courses, and so I pitched an idea to them about doing an Onyx only course, and they said, well, we've had others say the same thing, but no one's really been able to pull it off. So if you can do it, we'll be behind you. And I said, we'll do it.
Yeah. And we did it.
We did it at Tamarack. It went over very well. We have it here at Hoodoo.
This is the first year of that. And so
first ever. Yeah.
Someone downloads the track onto their phone. Correct. Or does it also have like waypoints of shooting spots? Yep. So you download a track and a waypoint.
Hoodoo. Tamarack we didn't, but we learned from that. So Hoodoo, we will have that. He's working on Mike, as you can see me pointing at him. Mike is working on QR codes to get that downloaded. So you can download it before you get here, save the map, everything like that. We do have cell service up here for most, cell phone carriers. So. Sure. We're good there, but it's just being inventive, right? And doing something that's new and exciting. So the Onyx course, that's our new and exciting thing. Next year, we were sitting over a campfire last night talking. We already got 2 really cool ideas. I think we're going to try one here at Hoodoo, right?
Yeah, we'll take it out of the gate tomorrow and see how the response is.
Tomorrow.
Like a mini version of it.
Yeah.
But that's TJ nailed it. Like always, like we take a lot of feedback from shooters. Absolutely. Like this would be cool. Like we want to know the good and the bad, good, bad, and the ugly of what we're doing. And do you like it? What don't you like? But from the night shoot to, adding 2 more courses from when we first got rolling. Yep. Like we just always constantly trying to like evolve it and make it better for the shooters ultimately.
Yeah.
And it's really, we don't even call it a shoot anymore. It's an event.
Yeah.
Right. This is a full-on event.
Like a destination.
Yeah, really. I mean, how many people are camping?
How many trailers we got around us right now? Yeah.
Really, it's an event that has a shoot.
Yep.
Right.
And we cracked out like the full drop film tour here. Like no one else is doing that. Like
which is cool.
There's a lot of first time stuff. We've kind of like, well, let's just try it.
Yeah, because born and raised are,
and sometimes it doesn't work. But
Born and Raised, they're releasing a new film at this, or is it a film that they've already had out?
So with my conversations that I've had with Trent and then with Jade, which Jade is like literally like across 10 feet from us here with Full Draw, and Born and Raised guys will be rolling in soon, is a throwback of a bunch of their popular films,
early stuff
that they ran. So that's kind of what we're planning on. They did say there's some little bit of surprises
back
going
when
on.
They hunted public land. No shade to Trent.
You got to get content somehow.
Yep.
And good content that people are going to want to pay attention to. So for Born and Raised will be here. Super excited to have them back. They have been here before. And kind of they all same thing. They have families that are growing up, right? And they all have kids, and so we're super excited. My kids are excited to have their kids here, so they can kind of reconnect, like be a reunion again. So very very good stuff, and this is something that we might continue on as well. I mean, honestly, it comes down to the participation of the shooters and what we have here
and how it goes.
We're in talks with Jade with Full Draw. We got some interesting things on the table there, and then collaborate with Born and Raised, and this might be something that turns into an event inside of an event. So,
yeah. I mean, the way that I described it to my wife when she's like, "Where are you going? What are you even doing?" Like, imagine like those festivals that people go to, and like everyone's camping, and like except it's all revolving around bow hunting. And she said, I don't want to go to that.
I'm staying home.
That's like her saying, I want to go to the quilting.
Quilting convention.
Jericho, meanwhile, my wife's on the road right now trying to get here from Idaho.
From Idaho,
yeah. She's on the road right now.
When is she supposed to get here? Yeah,
oh,
dude,
man,
she's
wow.
a road warrior.
So you really aren't sleeping tonight?
No, I'll be tracking her the whole way to make sure she's okay.
Yeah, man. Jericho, you about to say something? I thought you were.
Nope.
It was an inappropriate joke, wasn't it? Your filter kicked in. Gotcha.
G-rated.
One thing that we always try to do on the show is provide a section of like tips, because the most of the reason that people listen to an outdoor podcast is to get some sort of information to help them out in their pursuits. And since we're at the Northwest Mountain Challenge and I'm sitting amongst people who know vastly more about bow hunting than I do, obviously, I wanted to ask you guys a few questions about shooting bows, really, and even like your bow itself. But one question, this might be hard to answer and explain without video aids, so give yourself some grace. But what is the most common form failure for someone when you see someone shooting a bow and you're like, they're messing up on that in regards to their form?
Let's ask the bow teacher.
Do you really want to know?
Let's ask the bow teacher.
Oh, are you about to call someone out?
No.
Okay.
So there is a term that's the number one failed. So I don't know. Yeah, this is what I do for a living. Let's just say that. So it's called transfer to hold.
Okay.
So the transfer to hold is basically using your back to squeeze through to release the, whether you're doing a thumb, a hinge, back tension, or, index finger, whatever. You always got to do transfer to hold. And a lot of times people, they have no idea. So if you're listening to this, Google transfer to hold and you can see. So kind of what I'm talking about. But yeah, we call them LAN. Points reference that we use for body, and we get into we can geek out like crazy, but yeah, we get into the biomechanics of the human body and how it works with properly, shooting a bow. So yeah, it's basically comes down to people like to punch the trigger.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah. But transfer to hold there's a lot more involved with it, but the simple term is they're punching the trigger.
That's essentially like you're using the wrong muscles when it comes time to release the arrow.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Your scapula is not in the correct rotation. How about that?
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, everybody will understand that.
Yeah.
Fix your scapula.
I know what a scapula
folks.
is.
Yeah.
Deer and elk have those.
Yeah. Deer and elk, yeah. We want to avoid those.
Yeah.
But yes, no, that's the number one form failure.
Okay.
For sure.
And is it just like because naturally that's what people are going to do without proper training?
Yeah. I mean, it's like a golf swing.
Oh,
right?
I don't golf. Sorry.
Yeah.
Or a baseball swing.
Or a baseball swing, right? I mean, it's
Jericho
going
knows.
through,
I'm just
doing
a
the
loser
follow
who
through,
doesn't.
having the right, I mean, like, I don't fly fishermen, right? So do you get that fly to where it floats perfectly through on your back cast, or you do a roll cast, anything like that? It takes that finesse, it takes that right kind of technique.
Muscle memory.
Yeah. I mean, that comes down to archery. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do motorsports on the side, so that's a whole nother deal. But that's a lot of muscle memory on the motorsports side of things too. I mean, it's all about being consistent and hitting the corners exactly the same way every single time.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like shooting a free throw. You got to have your process, and you got to do exactly the same thing. And it comes down to muscle memory on a free throw. Same thing with a bow.
How hard is it once somebody has, let's say, learned a bad habit and shot that way and shot that way and shot that way? How hard is it for them to correct that to the right form?
It really comes down to the individual. Yeah, it comes down to the individual. For the most part, as long as we use a lot of visual aids when we teach and we instruct, and so it's very visual and they can understand it, they can grasp it. You have to get that individual that is there for a reason and they want to learn and they want to be able to take what you're saying and apply it. versus, going to somebody going, oh, hey man, like you're doing that wrong. And then immediately the response is, man, I've been shooting longer than you've been alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we definitely, it's all in not what you say, but how you say it and approach them. And I, and there are, like, I have customers that come in that they're like, hey man, like I shoot a 28-inch draw. And I'm like, cool. Well, let's set you up. And then they'll go and shoot it. I'm like, well, like, can I say something to you? Oh no, I shoot 28 draw. I'm like, cool. We'll leave it at that. Like, you look like you shoot 26 inches, but we're going to leave it at 28. So, it really comes down to
some people might be stretching it because I have a friend who's getting into archery, and so he's very interested in learning everything he possibly can about, all this stuff. But one thing that he has his heart set on is that you want to have the longest draw possible in order for the arrow, to go faster. And it's like, but if it's longer than your draw, because is it true that really, like, your body is a certain size, you have a certain draw length, you can't really stretch that?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. There's a little bit of fudging here and there that we can kind of manipulate, but you're only talking about a half inch most of the time. So, the biggest, he is right. The longer your draw length you have, the faster your arrow is going to go. Your power stroke's longer. So you're going to be able to generate more energy to push that arrow through. So, but
you don't want to, like, make yourself pull longer.
You'll be hooking your ear at some point.
The rule that we always kind of go through is always say it's always better to shoot an inch short than it is a quarter inch long. So it really is.
And that's for form.
It's for transfer to hold.
Got it.
It's for if you're already fully locked out, you can't pull through the shot. You can't transfer. You can't transfer anything. Like,
okay, well,
you're done.
Now you're talking about something that I don't even.
I've
obviously never been trained.
Back to the shoot. He's gonna be laying in bed at night. Transfer to hold.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
wow, I didn't know any of
know what I'm
this.
shooting tomorrow. I don't know. I can hit the target. So what are you saying? I'm doing it right now. Yeah, that's and that's kind of leads me to my next question, leading into from form to really when people get their bow set up, how can you tell, or maybe to anyone listening to this, how can they tell if their draw weight is set too high for them?
I mean, this seems like they're all geared towards me right now.
You're the bow guy.
I'm the bow guy.
Yeah,
I just shoot them. You fix them.
If you're the pro, then there
people.
you go.
So a cool technique that you can do to see if you're drawing too much weight is obviously load an arrow, get everything set, but sit in a chair, lift your feet off the ground, and see if you can pull it with the bow sitting perfectly, level, and pulling back and coming to full draw. If you cannot do that, if you have to raise the bow or bring the bow low, everything like that, or you're arcing your back to get into it, you've got too much draw weight.
That is the tip of tips there.
Yeah. So sit on a chair, raise your feet, pull back.
Wow. Okay.
So
man,
that'll tell you. That'll tell you real quick.
I was just telling Jericho about how I've never shot my bow from a sitting position before.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to try a tree stand this year, so I need to practice that. But maybe I'll learn something about myself.
You might be surprised when you try to pull that thing back sitting down.
Yeah. I mean, and I've been in situations where, again, I was pulling too much weight. I've done it as well. We've all started somewhere, but I've had chances at big bucks where I've worked really hard to get to them, and I have that opportunity, and I cannot pull my bow because I'm sitting on my butt. Cannot.
Yeah.
I had a bull in 2017 that literally I'm sitting on my butt, having to shoot this bull at 50 yards. Pull the bow back.
Had you practiced that?
I did not practice that. I got my bow back just fine, but that's with years and years and years of being able to pull a bow back, right?
Yeah.
But had I been newer, no way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a buddy that I called in a smoker bull, like a 360, 370 bull, 15 yards, and he was on his knees, and he came in to him basically at his 3 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
And he had no idea that he could draw and pivot his waist and still make the shot. So I'm sitting there like, dude, why isn't he shooting? What is he doing? What is he shooting? Like, what's going on? The bull's standing there broadside to him. And then he finally left, and he's like, oh, I couldn't move. I'm like, what do you mean you couldn't move? Well, I was on my knees, and I couldn't move. I'm like, man, all you do is you draw and you pivot.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, what? And so we went back to camp, and he like tried it. He's like, dude, I had no idea. I was locked. Oh my gosh.
Mechanically locked here.
I am
Yeah.
locked. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff you gotta practice, but
Yeah, no kidding.
it's shout out to him. He'll know. So
Yeah, are there any shots out here where you get up to it and it says get down on your knees and
no.
We've had a couple like in the blind turkey shots where you had to be kneeling.
Oh
But
yeah.
we haven't put one of those up for a while.
Yep. No,
We talked about the blind at Tamarack. We're like, why do we have this thing?
yeah. Well, we used to put it out.
That's funny. Nice.
I had a shot on a bull that I shot at 2012 that he stopped behind a tree, and I actually had to I was on my knees and I had to roll all the way backwards.
Wow.
Just to pull that tree away from his vitals.
Oh yeah.
And trying to shoot basically arced backwards.
It's amazing how that line of sight can change just from leaning over a few inches.
Well, and a lot of times guys that are especially new to bow hunting, they're always looking for that perfect shot.
Oh yeah.
And then, you're going
not
to
there.
experience it, right? Like it just, and to get the perfect shot, you have to make that shot. You have to make that move. You have to, and sometimes you get busted. Yeah. But you have to make that opportunity, and then sometimes you don't have that perfect shot.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things, it's, we are definitely raised differently here than on the islands in Hawaii, because down there they have abundance of deer and they're nuisance, so they shoot for whatever.
Yeah.
So when I started first going down there, it was pretty funny. But yeah, it's but it definitely realizes, hey, there's a lot of vital shots on animals, but we definitely want to make sure that we're making the clean shot.
Yeah,
for sure. So we don't have that abundance of animals, and we don't have 5-6 opportunities in a day. So.
Yeah, my bull this year that I missed, I hunted him for a few weeks straight. Pretty much my entire season was dedicated to this one bull. I've named him the King of the Canyon because he had a big herd of 40 cows, not a single satellite bull the whole season.
Oh, really?
Just him and the cows, and they every single time I went there, they were in the same exact place. So anyway, I told the story in depth on the podcast before, but to tell you guys, finally got into a good position, 50 yards, ready to take the shot, and they're all super high alert. And at the sound of my bow going off, he ducked it and put his antlers back. And Roosevelts don't normally get big back scratchers or anything, but this was a mature bull. He puts his antlers back and breaks my arrow in half in midair, like that. And I saw that happen, and he kind of wanders off. I go try to get the second shot, but then they never really knew that I was a person. They just kind of sauntered off. And so later I crawled back up to see where he was bedded down and everything, and there was my arrow just snapped in half right there on the ground. But anyway, just that. I don't know what have you guys said that reminded me of that. So
I love this. No, it's just hunting situations,
Yeah.
right? That's just what it is. So you're gonna have more of it.
yeah,
In that situation too, there was a rise. So
that's what was making me think of it. Yeah,
shooting over a hump there to where his vitals were clearly there. If
But
you
you
know your
couldn't
arrow
necessarily see
path,
You were making that shot. That's
I was-
what you were getting at.
I was because I was aiming for a lung shot. Because of how the hill was, I didn't want my arrow to have any chance of deflecting and sticking into his face or something.
Yep.
And if it hit the ground, and that's what gave him that 16 inches from the top of his back that he was able to drop down. And thank you, Jericho, for helping me bring it back around.
Yeah, that's a mind bend. I've killed a handful of animals where I'm aiming at dirt because I know their vitals are behind it and it's dropping in there, but it is hard. It's hard to hold on something that you don't want to, that you know where you want to hit, but you can't see it. It's hard. It's just a mind. It's just a weird mind thing.
And that's why coming to the shoots like this, we set up for animals like that.
Yeah, there's several shots where you got to drop them over a brush and you hold on.
Tyler, you've probably had so many experiences like that, but you've also probably shot so many arrows that the trajectory of your arrow is just downloaded into your brain.
It is,
So
as long as it's not a trad bow.
In that same situation, in that same situation that I was just in, you probably would have been able to just skirt it right over the knoll, and
just
trust. Even if he dropped, it would have been a lung
trust
shot.
Your setup, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you, we used to shoot these shoots when we were going. So we used to, like, me and Tyler would like leave a course up and then shoot it on Monday and pull it down as we shot it. And Tyler's impressive. Like, I've never seen someone set the pins the way he sets his pins, which is pretty neat. But then also, like, he found some shooter's arrows, and you're like, hey, would these work? And I'm like, well, they're the right spine. Like, I don't know. And like 2 shots in, he knew exactly like where he needed to aim, and he freaking was smoking the 11 ring. I'm like, how are you doing that, man? Like, you just picked up some guy's random arrow, and you're just like, let's just shoot. So he definitely has a natural feel for figuring out that arc.
Yeah, man,
sure.
That's amazing.
So,
well, most of these tips questions have been like bow related. So, Tyler, how to kill an elk? I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
Well, you see.
Go out there.
Okay, go out there.
You cannot kill them in your
Get
couch.
out there.
Sniff them out. Hound dog them out. Yeah. So great. It's been an awesome conversation, guys. The way that we always like to wrap it all up and end it is to have, we call it the real talk. You know, we love to explore that spiritual connection to the life in the outdoors. And so that's what I want to ask you guys is, what is your spiritual connection to your life in the outdoors?
I'll crack off. So my spiritual connection to life in outdoors is it's creation. And, you know, we had an amazing creator to create all of this stuff that he says that he's evident in his creation. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm out there, like, it's quiet, and God's voice is loudest to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my connection.
Yeah. I love that.
You go next. I did this last time.
Yeah, Mike's answered this question before.
Sweet. Well, let's see if it's the same answer for Mike. I mean, same thing. Like, I was up there. So kind of my role now going in is these guys come and set up, and then I pre-walk the courses, and then I basically check them off, right? Make sure they're safe. So I get to go up there by myself, which is great, and walk around and enjoy that. Like we were talking earlier down here, I was like, Mike, we need to go walk the mule deer. And he like looks at me and he's like, well, I thought you were doing that. And I'm like, I'd rather be doing that if you want to be down here. So
yeah.
I went up there and walked, but you know, I was taking pictures and sending pictures to buddies like, hey man, like check this out, like my view, like this is God's country, like 100% creation, God's country. For sure. You know, I don't like to talk a whole lot about it, but my dad did take his own life in 2019. He's obviously got me into the outdoors.
Wow.
So for me, not only feeling close to God, but this is a great place for me to feel close to my actual father. So
yeah. Wow.
So yeah, kind of leave it at that. But it's something like Tyler said. It's quiet. You can really kind of dig in deep and reflect, and there's nothing else like it. I mean, it's really a good time to feel close to our Father in heaven, and then my other Father in heaven. So best way to put it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like I said the last time, was that we are the caretakers of this land. God provided it for us. So being out there and being in it and being a part of it and realizing, hey, like, this is ours to take care of. Our Heavenly Father's provided it for us, and we need a good job doing it. And I lost my little brother in a car accident in 18, which is what started my whole journey in being more focused in the outdoors. So, my kids, they always say, hey, every time a butterfly lands on us, hey, Uncle Dave is just out here visiting us. And we really miss him. So being out there and whatnot, I don't know how many times I've had a butterfly just land on my shoulder, and I can just tell, like, my brother's with me. So
sure. Yeah.
That's a spiritual connection that we really share with each other.
Yeah, man. Life is real, and it happens faster than we can imagine, and we get hit with loss when we least expect it, but there is something about finding God's presence in the outdoors that is so healing, because he is our ultimate healer. And that's where outdoorsmen have this leg up on the rest of the world.
For sure.
To know him, the rest of the world that doesn't spend any time in nature, as much as all of us sitting in this trailer, you know, we're distracted for a lot of our lives, and we have all these things going on, and life is crazy and stressful. But then when we get out there and we're just in the trees, in the mountains, we see the sunrise, we're on the water, whatever we're doing, it gives us this quiet perspective where all the other voices that are distracting us are silenced. And so then we have this like sacred, special connection to the outdoors where we are able to sense his presence. And then in that, he speaks and he pulls us in and he teaches us about him. And, you know, I believe that where his presence is, that's where we find healing, you know, from our wounds, our loss, our grief, whatever it is that we're facing. And we only find that in him when we pursue him. But the beautiful thing about it is just the very fact that we sense him when we're out there is that he's reaching out and he's there. There's nothing like within ourselves that we could do to force God to be there for us. Like he's always on his own power and on his own will reaching out. And then when everything is silenced and we're out there and we open up our hearts to be able to sense him there, that's when I realize like, oh my goodness, there's a God. Yeah. He's bigger than me. He's better than me. And then it goes deeper from there. And, you know, from what I believe about how he sent his son to die on the cross for our sins, and that the only way to truly be connected to that Father, that loving Father, is through Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. Thanks for sharing all that, guys. Really good. Jericho, do you have anything to close us out?
It's an important thing to consider. Jesus himself went into the wilderness to get away, to pray, to be close to the Father.
Yeah.
And that's the best example we have. You know, to go and be close to the Father. And if there's anybody listening to this that hasn't considered that there's a God, look at it. Look all around next time you're out there. Mm-hmm. Consider it. Look at the trees. Look at how through the seasons they do things that just can't be explained. Look at the animals, where they go. There's order out there amongst our chaos back home, and it's a great place to go find peace.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that's one of the main reasons why outdoorsmen are outdoorsmen, and we go outdoors.
Yeah,
is for that connection, because you know, when you're out and you're out hunting, like that's one of the greatest things I love about it is it doesn't matter about how much money you have.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about your bills. It doesn't matter about, you know, it really, like, all you're focused on is like trying to find that animal to harvest. And you just need to make sure that you're going to eat your mountain house, you know, and have water.
And you're not going to break your leg on the way. Yeah.
So, and then you're going to find the herd and sleep on the herd, whatever. But, you know, you have the whole worldliness is gone.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like that I don't know, a haze or a distraction of the world is lifted and wiped away, and then that way we can be closer to our Heavenly Father because of that.
Wow. Well, there's the real talk, guys. Thank you so much for your time. It's late at night, but it sounds like you guys are going to keep staying up anyways. So
we got trailers coming in.
Yep. Sweet. I just want to make sure you have a chance to send people to your guys' things. First of all, follow the Northwest Mountain Challenge. It's NW Mountain Challenge on Instagram and Facebook as well, I believe. And
now TikTok.
That's right. They're joining the Gen Z there, huh? All right.
We understand that.
All right.
We understand a lot of our shooters are younger, and that's where they get their information is off of TikTok.
That's true.
Why not have it?
And then Tyler, Pure Elevation Productions on Instagram, and you guys have YouTube videos and
and I'm kind of failing at that. But, no, it's there. They'll be there forever, man. We got about 8 hunts in the can that I just found myself hating editing, and
Oh.
Haven't found anybody else that wants to do it yet.
Oh, dude, editing.
Don't look at me. I already do enough.
Yeah. And TJ, Dead on Archery out there in Idaho. And how can people find you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of lay low now. I mean, I used to do a filming production deal, so we do have YouTube videos out, and they've done very well.
What if anyone wants to buy a bow from you?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, go to your local pro shop first. Support them. But no,
sure.
If you're in the Boise area, anything like that, definitely. I mean, just deadonarchery.com. That's our website. We have Dead on Archery on Instagram, Facebook, everything like
Great.
that.
So if you're in the area, support the only sponsor of the Oregon Sports Pack Slam, Dead on Archery.
That's it. Yeah,
and then Mike, Thwackit Outdoors, looks like you're editing some stuff. And
Yep. Yeah, I've been editing the Hawaii hunt all week. So I haven't gotten to bed before 2 o'clock all week.
Yeah. Well, at least you have something to do while you're waiting for your wife.
Yeah. I'll be working more on that tonight. So.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed the show.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks,
guys.
Thank you.
Mike, you like working with these guys?
Oh yeah.
You can't say anything else, right?
It's a good adventure.